Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 3rd of April 2024. And look guys, the bloodbath in the cryptocurrency world is still continuing. And in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss why is it that the price of Bitcoin in the global cryptocurrency market is actually going down. So what happened guys on Monday is there was a report which is published that talks about the US dollar index. So in a nutshell guys, what that means, the stronger the US dollar, the weaker the price of Bitcoin. So what I'll do is in today's episode guys, I'll go ahead and explain what the US dollar index is, how is the index used, what is it that makes the US dollar strong, and finally guys, what does that actually mean so far as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned. Now unfortunately guys, because of this, the price of Bitcoin in the global cryptocurrency market has fallen down miserably, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and discuss what does that mean for the future as well. Now in the world of stablecoin guys, I have some massive news, and that is to do with VanEck. And looks like they are getting into the stablecoin game as well. And they have gone ahead and got funding for $12 million. And the stablecoin that they are planning to launch is AGORA. So it's going to be really interesting to see guys if they get into the stablecoin game. And the ticker symbol guys for AGORA is AUSD, that is A for alpha, followed by the USD that resembles the US dollar. Now look guys, regulations are definitely critical, particularly in the Web 3.0 cryptocurrency and blockchain space, isn't it? And there is some drama going on between Tron Blockchain and SEC. And the Tron Foundation guys, they have actually filed a motion to go ahead and dismiss the SEC lawsuit against them. So I'll go ahead and discuss how this drama could potentially unfold. Now look guys, whether you like it or not, regulations definitely have a very strong say in the future and the trajectory of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So I'll go ahead and have a look at that. Now look guys, if you're a musician, artificial intelligence might just be the biggest threat. And if you're someone who's really active on Facebook or Instagram, you would have actually seen posts regarding Billie Eilish, Katy Perry. They're actually going ahead and starting a revolution to go against artificial intelligence, isn't it? And I did actually see a post regarding Billie Eilish. She was actually stating to go back to the old ways of recording music and distributing it in physical form. So I'll go ahead and discuss what hundreds of musicians and songwriters are doing, and they have actually joined an open letter for Artist Right Alliance. Now will this thing be successful or really I'm not sure, to be honest. And what I'll do is guys, I'll go ahead and share my personal experience using an artificial intelligence app that has to do with music. And to be honest guys, the app that I'm going to be talking about is extremely scary. So let me know guys what you think of artificial intelligence so far as music industry is concerned. So those are some macro level news guys from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world that I'll talk about in today's episode. But like we do in every Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast, I'm going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news guys are definitely positive news and massive news. The first one is regarding Deribit, and they have actually got conditional virtual asset service provider license. So I'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Now look guys, it's really important to note that Dubai at this point of time is turning out to be a red ocean, isn't it? That just means that there's a lot of competition. Now from a customer's point of view, it is great, which just means cheaper products and better quality and services. But from a business point of view, it just means intensive competition. Now the second news guys is definitely positive news, and that is regarding a partnership. And the news essentially is that BitGet, they have partnered with OnRamp Money, and they're doing that to go ahead and make seamless transactions, that is between dirham to cryptocurrency transactions, rather than let's say converting it to US dollar. Now we can go ahead and do it with dirhams as well. So definitely positive news, to be honest. And in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode. So let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as we kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee a Day has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee a Day. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee a Day and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee a Day aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, they are putting some really iconic events in the Middle East, and there is one final event of the season that takes place on the 20th of April in the iconic location called as Al Marjan in Ras Al Khaimah. And the final event of the season, guys, is not going to be an ordinary event. They're going to be having some really cool obstacles. And so far as Tough Mudder is concerned, guys, they create hardcore obstacle courses designed to test your all-round strength, stamina, and mental grit. And with the most innovative courses and millions of participants all around the world, it is the premier challenge series in the world. Now look at Tough Mudder Arabia, they did put out, if not one of the biggest events in the world of obstacle course race, and they did that with the highest prize money in the history of obstacle course race. And what better way to end the series by having one final event on the 20th of April in the iconic location. Now look, guys, one of my goals is to complete 100 Tough Mudder, and I'm very close to getting there. Now if you want to go ahead and sign up for this event, the registration link is in the show notes below. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get your friends, get your family members, get your colleagues. The link to the registration for Tough Mudder Arabia on the 20th of April is in the show notes below. And if you go through the link, guys, there is a cool discount code mentioned in the show notes below as well. So hopefully, guys, I see you at the Tough Mudder event. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called The Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now unfortunately guys, the global cryptocurrency market has fallen down miserably since Monday, and as of today it is down to $2.50 trillion. Now little over 3 weeks ago guys, I was actually stating that there is a very high possibility that the global cryptocurrency market might just cross a $4 trillion mark, but fast forward to 2 weeks now, it is well below the $3 trillion mark. Now at that time guys, there was so much news surrounding ETFs, isn't it? And the price of Bitcoin was definitely heading towards the moon. But what happened guys on Monday is that a report has been published that talks about the strength of the US dollar. Unfortunately guys, that is not a positive news, so I'll definitely go and give out more information regarding this. But so far as the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, it is down by 0.77% since the last 24 hours. And guys, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, it is well over the $100 billion mark. It is at $122.48 billion. Now look guys, it is common sense, isn't it? If the total cryptocurrency market volume has increased and if the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum has actually gone down, it just means one thing guys, that people are going ahead and selling a lot of the cryptocurrency, isn't it? Definitely unfortunate to be honest. And if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, since the last 24 hours it is up by 8.81%. Now if you look at the volume in DeFi guys, it is not doing great either. And what is a bit strange guys, despite the ETF news that was surrounding Bitcoin, the volume of DeFi hasn't changed at all. The only matrix that has changed, that is the total value locked, and that is only because of an anticipation of an Ethereum spot ETF, isn't it? Rest all the matrix regarding DeFi is exactly the same, but let's say if you were to compare this, let's say with meme coin or altcoins, those numbers have drastically increased. Unfortunately guys, the volume of DeFi is pretty much the same, and since the last 24 hours, it is at $11.92 billion, and DeFi guys as of today is accounting for less than 10% of the total cryptocurrency market volume at only 9.73%, and Lido is still dominating with $32.67 billion. The only matrix guys which I think is kind of good is that decentralized to centralized exchange dominance. It has been relatively consistent since the last 3 weeks, and today again it is at 26.70%. Now let me very quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges guys, and I'm noticing one strange anomaly since the last 2 weeks. That is the volume of Uniswap and PancakeSwap. Those are ridiculously high, but the volume of the remaining 3 is ridiculously low. And look guys, if you have done Six Sigma, you need to understand what the upper specific limit is and what the lower specific limit is, isn't it? And whenever the upper specific limit is ridiculously high, it does raise some integrity questions. But so far as decentralized exchange volume is concerned, Uniswap's volume is $2.32 billion, followed by PancakeSwap. It is at $1.49 billion. Now look at the difference guys between the second and the third one. The third one is AGORA, and its volume is less than $500 million. It is only at $484.17 million. Core Finance, guys, is at number 4th, and its volume is $311.7 million. And finally, guys, at number 5th, we have Phoenix. Its volume is $302.93 million. Now, let me very quickly run through the volume of stablecoins, guys. And strangely and surprisingly, guys, the volume hasn't increased. Usually, guys, what happens is, let's say if the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum goes down, what a lot of investors tend to do is they go and sell a lot of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and go and accumulate a lot of stablecoins. That trend has not been observed since the last 24 to 48 hours. Looks like they're going ahead and directly selling a lot of the cryptocurrency, isn't it? That, to be honest, is definitely not a positive sign. Now, so far as the volume is concerned, it is only at $114.61 billion. Now, look, guys, if this volume would have been near the $200 billion range, I would be content, because that would give us indication that the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies probably will actually pick up pace. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what happens over the weekend. And I did actually state on Monday, it's really crucial to check what happens to the price of Bitcoin on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, because that will give us some idea on what the price would remain as and when we are heading towards Bitcoin halving. So we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Now, so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, it is accounting for 93.57% of the total cryptocurrency market volume. And it's no surprise that Tether USDT is leading the pack, and it accounts for $89.18 billion. And later on, guys, I'll go ahead and discuss VanEck getting into stablecoin game as well. Now, look, guys, I'm really curious to check if the UAE government, in partnership, let's say with a private firm, they go ahead and launch their own stablecoin, and that'll be a real strong competitor to Tether USDT and even Circle USDC, in my opinion. Now, so far as the volume is concerned, Circle USDC's volume is number 2nd, and it is at $11.62 billion. And finally, guys, I have the USD. Its volume is $11.42 billion. Now, let me very quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume, and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, one of the biggest anomalies, guys, is that the dominance of Ethereum has actually gone down. It has gone down well below the 16% mark. It is at 15.90%. And looks like, guys, since the last 72 hours, a lot of transactions is actually taking place in altcoin, isn't it? And because of that, the dominance of Ethereum has actually gone down. But so far as Bitcoin's dominance is concerned, it has actually increased since the last 24 hours, and it is at 52.09%. Now, strangely, guys, Bitcoin's market cap has gone down as well, and as of today, it is at $1.30 trillion. Now, a few weeks ago, guys, I was under the anticipation that Bitcoin's market cap might just cross the $2 trillion mark, but looks like $700 billion has disappeared based on my projection. Now, so far as the market cap of Ethereum is concerned, it is well below the $400 billion mark. It is at $398 billion. And guys, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $46.09 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $20.7 billion. Now look, guys, let's say if the 24-hour trading volume was almost double of what it is right now, and if the volume of stablecoin would have increased, despite the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum going down, I would have been content, because that would give us an indication that people are still trusting in cryptocurrencies. But that has not been happening since the last 72 hours. A lot of direct selling is going on, so it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the price is as and when we are heading towards Bitcoin halving. Now in today's episode, guys, let me very quickly run through the market cap of interoperability protocols, and I tend to look at these numbers once a month or sometimes once in 2 months, and the number one, guys, has always been Quant, and so far as the market cap is concerned, it is at $1.50 billion. Accelera, guys, is at number 2nd, and so far as its market cap is concerned, it is at $1.07 billion. Threshold Network, guys, is at number 3rd, and so far as its market cap is concerned, it is well below the $500 million mark. It is at $434 million. Synapse is number 4th, and its market cap is $262 million. Finally, guys, Stellar Network is at number 5th, and its market cap is $234 million. Now look, guys, these numbers are ridiculously low, considering the fact that Bitcoin did actually reach a new all-time high, isn't it? So when we talk about interoperability protocol, this number should have been at least 3 times of what it is. Those are my honest thoughts, to be honest. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, let me go ahead and explain what Toncoin is, because right now, guys, via coin market cap, it is currently in the top 15. As a matter of fact, guys, it is at number 11 so far as coin market cap is concerned. And Toncoin, guys, they tend to have a weekly meetup in Dubai, as it is developed by Telegram team, and Telegram's founder or creator was in Dubai initially, isn't it? So let me go ahead and explain what the cryptocurrency is. that is connected to Telegram. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and explain what is Ton Coin, who founded Ton Coin, what is it that makes it unique, and I'll share some bits and pieces of information regarding its tokenomics and how is the Ton Coin network secured. Now, so far as Ton Coin is concerned, guys, Ton Coin is a native cryptocurrency on the Ton network, which is originally developed by the Telegram team, and it is used for various purposes within the ecosystem, including transactions, fees, staking, and governance. And the big question, guys, is who founded Ton Coin? Now, Ton Coin was originally created by Nikolai and Pavel Durov, the founders of Telegram. However, guys, due to regulatory issues, the development was later taken over by independent developers from the community. Now, what is it that makes Ton Coin unique? Now, it's really important to note, guys, that Ton Coin operates on a multi-level structure called a sharding, which allows for faster transaction and scalability. And it has features like Ton wallets for transactions, Ton services for decentralized apps, Ton storage for secure data storage, Ton proxy for decentralized VPNs, and Ton DNS for decentralized naming as well. Now, so far as the tokenomics is concerned, currently there are 1.22 billion Ton coins in circulation out of a maximum supply of 5 billion Ton coins, and these coins, guys, are used for various purposes within the Ton ecosystem, including transactions, fees, staking, and even governance as well. Now, the big question, guys, is how is Ton Coin network secured? Now, the Ton Coin network uses a consensus mechanism called as proof of stake to validate transactions. This means, guys, that validators who are responsible for confirming transactions are chosen based on the amount of Ton Coin they hold and are willing to stake as collateral. And validators and nominators, guys, and nominators essentially, guys, who support validators, they are the ones who manage smart contracts, which add an extra layer of security on the network. Now, let me very briefly touch base on some technical fundamentals, guys, because it has something called as multi-level structure and sharding. And Ton Coin, guys, operates on a multi-level structure based on the concept of sharding. And sharding, guys, involves dividing the blockchain into smaller, more manageable parts called as shards. And each shard operates independently, processing its own transaction as smart contracts. And this approach, guys, increases the network's capability to handle more transactions and improve scalability. And within the Ton network, there are three main types of chains. That is the master chain, work chains, and shard chains. And the master chain, guys, oversees the network and coordinates activities among the shards. So far as the work chain is concerned, it facilitates smart contract execution and processing. And shard chains, guys, handle specific tasks within the network, such as transactions or running decentralized applications, also called as dApps. And so far as Ton service is concerned, guys, Ton service is a set of tools and features within the Ton network that enables developers to create and deploy decentralized apps. And these decentralized apps, guys, can range from financial services to, let's say, gaming and even social media platforms. And users can access decentralized apps through user-friendly interface provided by Ton services. And these are things, guys, you can actually find out more information during the weekly meetup. Now, so far storage service is concerned, Ton storage essentially is a service within the Ton network that offers secure data storage for users and application. It utilizes encryption and owner's private key to ensure privacy and security of stored data. And this feature, guys, is crucial for decentralized applications that usually require secure storage solutions, isn't it? Now, let me very briefly run through three more things, guys. That is Ton proxies and Ton DNS, proof of stake consensus mechanism, which I briefly talked about earlier, and finally, guys, smart contracts and Ton virtual machine, also called as TVM. Now, so far as Ton proxy is concerned, Ton proxy enables users to access the Ton blockchain via decentralized virtual private networks, also called as VPNs, and this helps maintain privacy and security while interacting with the network. And Ton DNS, guys, that is decentralized name system, allows traditional websites to operate within the Ton network by assigning short, readable names to them. This makes it easier for users to access websites and services on the blockchain. Now, so far as the consensus mechanism is concerned, guys, I did briefly talk about the use proof of stake. And proof of stake, guys, is a consensus mechanism used by Ton, and they do that to secure the network and validate transactions. And in proof of stake, guys, validators are chosen to create new blocks and confirm transactions based on the amount of cryptocurrency they hold and willing to stake as collateral. And this incentivizes validators to act honestly, as they have a financial stake in the network's integrity. And nominators, guys, can also participate by providing tokens to validators and receiving rewards and returns. This further strengthens the network security by increasing the number of participants involved in the validation process. Now, so far smart contracts and Ton virtual machine is concerned, smart contracts are self-executing contracts within the term of the agreement directly written into code. And in the Ton network, guys, smart contracts are used to manage validators, nominators, and various other aspects of network's operation, and these contracts are executed using the Ton virtual machine. This ensures consistency and reliability of contract execution on the network. So essentially, in summary guys, Toncoin is a cryptocurrency that operates within the Ton network, offering fast transactions, scalability, and various services through its multi-level structure. Its security is maintained through a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism and smart contract. Now look guys, if you're someone in Dubai, what I'd really recommend you to do is join the Telegram group called a Society X. They tend to have weekly meetup with Ton blockchain, and they go ahead and explain some of the technical elements as well, such as the smart contracts for Ton blockchain, quite a lot of other. So let me know what your thoughts are guys, because look, overall these features and mechanisms work together and they help to create a secure, scalable and feature-rich blockchain ecosystem within the Ton network. Now guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, because the price of Bitcoin guys unfortunately is not doing good. It is at $66,260. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.80%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 5.19%. And in just a few minutes, guys, I'll go ahead and discuss why the price of Bitcoin has gone down. Now listen, guys, it is crazy times. Where we upset about the price of Bitcoin going down to $66,000, isn't it? Imagine the crazy world we are living in right now. Imagine thinking the price of Bitcoin was ridiculously high when it was $200 or even $600. Fast forward to 2024. The price of Bitcoin is $66,260, and some people are still upset that the price of Bitcoin is down. Now, so far as the price of Ethereum is concerned, it is $3,309. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.30%. Since the last 7 days, guys, it is down by 7.58%. Now, look, guys, as and when we get some positive development regarding Ethereum ETF, I'm pretty much sure it'll definitely bump up the price of Ethereum, but we'll just have to wait and see for that news. Now, so far Solana is concerned, guys, it is currently at number 3rd, and surprisingly, since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 2.97%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 1.61%. Now, the price of Solana or Sol is at $190. Now, look, guys, the big question is, what did actually go wrong and why did the global cryptocurrency market go down? And the answer to that is pretty simple, guys. What happened on Monday is that the Institute of Supply Management did actually report a rise in March's purchasing power, also called as PMI, to 50.3%, which is up from February's 47.8%. And the US factory data, guys, sent the US dollar index about 105 for the very first time in almost 5 months. And this uptick in the US factory data, guys, could actually strengthen US exports, potentially boosting the dollar against other currencies. Now look, guys, unfortunately, a strong US dollar may actually hinder Bitcoin's recent performance. So let me go ahead and explain, guys, what is the US dollar index, how is the US dollar index used, what makes the US dollar strong, why does the US strong dollar matter in the first place, and then, guys, I'll go ahead and explain how does it actually impact the price of Bitcoin in the global cryptocurrency market. Now, so far as the US dollar index is concerned, guys, the US dollar index, also called as USDX, acts as a yardstick measuring the dollar's strength against a basket of other major currencies. And what that does is, it gives investors and traders insights into how the dollar is performing on the global stage. And this, guys, was established by the Federal Reserve in 1973. And its purpose back then was to monitor the dollar's value after the US abandoned the gold market standard. Now, over time, guys, the index composition has evolved to focus on 6 key currencies, that is the euro, Japanese yen, British pounds, Canadian dollar, Swedish krona and Swiss franc. Now let me go ahead and explain, guys, how is the US dollar index used. Because look, guys, investors and traders use the USDX as a tool to gauge the dollar's relative strength or weakness, and a higher index value suggests a strong dollar, while a lower value indicates a weaker dollar. And this information, guys, is valuable for various reasons, that is, let's say, economic performance, inflation and purchasing power, and also global trade. Now, so far as economic performance is concerned, it offers insights into the overall health of US economy, particularly in terms of international trade and competitiveness. Now, so far as inflation and purchasing power is concerned, changes in the USDX can impact consumer prices and purchasing power, influencing inflation rates and consumer behavior. And so far as global trade is concerned, fluctuations in the dollar's value affect the demand for US exports and imports, shaping international trade dynamics. So the big question, guys, is what is it that makes the US dollar strong? And there are 3 areas, guys, that is the interest rate, economic stability and global events. Now, so far as interest rate is concerned, when the Federal Reserve raises interest rates to combat inflation, it can attract foreign investment, driving up the demand for the US dollar. Now, so far as economic stability is concerned, The dollar tends to strengthen during periods of economic stability and growth as investors seek safe haven assets. And finally, guys, so far as global events is concerned, look, right now the world is in absolute chaos because of Joe Biden, isn't it? And geopolitical tensions across in other regions can lead investors to flock to the US dollar as a safe refuge, further boosting its value. So the big question, guys, is what happens if the US dollar is strong? And I'll talk about it in three areas, that is international trade, corporate profits, and market dynamics. And these are things, guys, that directly and indirectly impacts the price of Bitcoin, isn't it? Now, so far as the international trade is concerned, a strong US dollar can make the US exports more expensive and imports thereby cheaper, potentially impacting trade balances and competitiveness. Now, so far as corporate profits is concerned, US companies that derive significant revenue from overseas markets may see the profits diminish when converting foreign earnings back into US dollar. And this is common sense and basic economics, isn't it? So let's say if you have a relative in the US right now, if you were to send funds to US, it will be relatively expensive now, isn't it? And so far as market dynamics is concerned, the dollar strength can influence investment decisions across various asset classes, including stocks, bonds, commodities, and cryptocurrencies as well. Now to the final point, guys, how does this impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market? Now look, guys, the relationship between the US dollar and cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin is complex, and I'd like to talk about three areas, guys. That is inverse correlation, inflation hedge, and finally market sentiment. Now, so far as inverse correlation is concerned, in general, guys, there tends to be an inverse relationship between the strength of the US dollar and the value of cryptocurrencies. When the dollar strengthens, investors may view cryptocurrency as less attractive, leading to potential price declines, and that is exactly what has happened since the last 72 hours, isn't it? So far as inflation hedge is concerned, cryptocurrencies, particularly Bitcoin, guys, are often seen as a hedge against inflation. Therefore, guys, a strong US dollar, which typically coincides with lower inflationary pressures, may dampen enthusiasm for cryptocurrencies as a store of value. And so far as market sentiment is concerned, guys, changes in the dollar's value can influence market sentiment and also investor behavior within the cryptocurrency market, impacting the trading volumes and price movements. And look, guys, what I've been noticing since the last 72 hours, if you look at the fear and greed index, it has actually changed from extreme greed just to greed. And I wouldn't be surprised if this trend continues, let's say for a week. It just might go back to neutral and then maybe fear and extreme fear, so on and so forth. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, for the next few days, look at the fear and greed index for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and that would give us an idea on which direction potentially the price of Bitcoin could move. Now listen, guys, if you do have any feedback or suggestions, mention them in the comments below. Now look, guys, I'm really active on Telegram, and what I did was I did actually post the entire story via Telegram, and I did actually ask some guys if they have any comment regarding the US dollar index, and one of the guys did actually make a comment. So let me go ahead and read out what he actually said, because to be honest, guys, what he said does make a lot of sense, keeping in mind how it has impacted the price of Bitcoin directly and indirectly. Now this particular comment, guys, is by MD Trade Dynamic. So if you want to go ahead and find out more information regarding MD Trade Dynamic, the person's name is Matthew Dixon, and he's the CEO of EY.io. And what he's actually said, guys, is that the dollar is appreciating because the macroeconomic data is coming out consistently in the US as opposed to rest of the world. And recently, guys, we have seen higher than expected CPI numbers, ISM manufacturing beating expectation and in expansion territory, and very strong employment numbers. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, regarding the CPI numbers, go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics website. That is the only website you need to go ahead and check the inflation numbers and also the labor market condition as well. And he further went ahead and said, guys, that the Federal Reserve Board will now have to consider delaying rate cuts or even the unthinkable, that is rate hikes. Now look, guys, so far as the CPI numbers is concerned, for 2 months in a row, the inflation has actually increased, and based on that information, guys, Federal Chair Jerome Powell goes ahead and makes a decision. And look, guys, Federal Chair Jerome Powell, he goes and makes an announcement on what he's going to do regarding the interest rate hike. Now, what I tend to do is, guys, I tend to look at the prices 3 to 4 hours before Jerome Powell goes live on YouTube and makes his announcement. Then I tend to look at the prices 3 to 4 hours after the announcement. Now look, guys, because the inflation has been increasing since the last few months, I wouldn't be surprised if Jerome Powell might just go ahead and increase the interest rate hike. Because look, whenever he goes live, he often has question and answer session, and one theme is consistent. He wants to get the inflation down to 2%, and he often talks about the labor market condition. But the last time, guys, he did actually talk about the labor market condition not doing as good as the previous months and definitely not better than 2023 and 2022. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to YouTube Federal Reserve Board's channel and make sure you look at information from first source. And in case, guys, if you do have any feedback or comments regarding the US dollar index, mention them in the comments below. Now, guys, let's discuss some positive development in the world of stablecoin. And there is a possibility of a new stablecoin that is by another giant called as VanEck. And the new stablecoin, guys, is called as AGORA with the ticker symbol AUSD, and the A stands for AGORA and the USD stands for the United States dollar, isn't it? And the news essentially, guys, is Nick VanEck, backed by his family's investment, has launched a stablecoin through a startup called AGORA with $12 million in funding. And AGORA, guys, aims to offer stability in the volatile cryptocurrency market, and they are focusing on users outside the US. And managed by VanEck, the stablecoin is backed by cash and US Treasury bills, and the stablecoin, guys, backed by cash, US Treasury bills, and overnight repurchase agreements will be managed by VanEck. While focused on customers outside the US due to regulatory uncertainties, AGORA seeks to establish transparency and trust in stablecoin reserves, and AGORA seeks partnership with the exchange and crypto companies, and they are avoiding the issuance of governance tokens. And VanEck, guys, aims to drive industry progress and establish trust in stablecoin reserves. Now, this particular news, guys, is actually published via Bloomberg, and the official article is in the show notes below. Now, look, guys, what I really think is that the UAE government, in partnership with a private firm, should definitely go ahead and launch a stablecoin. And I did actually mention this thing a few weeks ago on my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast as well. The UAE government is definitely very proactive in the world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, isn't it? UAE probably has, if not one of the best regulations in the entire world. They have a lot of funding as well. And one game changer what the UAE government can do is they can make the audit available 24/7. Absolutely for anyone in the world to go ahead and access it. And if that thing happens, guys, I do think it'll be an absolute game changer. And they can definitely have steady competition, let's say with even Tether USDT, in my opinion. So look, if you're someone who's working for the UAE government or a private firm who has hundreds if not billions of dollars, you definitely may want to look at launching a new stablecoin. Now, guys, let's discuss some drama between Tron blockchain and SEC. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that last March, the United Securities and Exchange Commission did actually sue Justin Sun, the Tron Foundation, file-sharing platform backers, the Bitforum Foundation, and its San Francisco parent company called as Rainberry Inc. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that Bittorrent Foundation and Rainberry Incorporated was acquired by Tron in 2018. Now, the US Securities and Exchange Commission were alleging that the sale of Tron and Bittorrent tokens were unregistered security token offerings. Now, there is an update to this, guys. The Tron Foundation has filed a motion to dismiss the SEC lawsuit against them, arguing that the regulators' attempt to apply US security laws to predominantly foreign conduct goes too far, and the Tron Foundation claims that the tokens were sold entirely overseas and that steps were taken to avoid the US market. Now, the foundation, guys, also argues that the SEC's claim of unregistered US securities is tenuous at best, and the Tron Foundation dismissal motion, guys, in New York Federal Court can be seen in the show notes below. Now, look, guys, whether you're a fan of Justin Sun or not, or whether you're a fan of Tron blockchain, you definitely need to get and see what the outcome to this is, because this will have definitely severe consequences, not just on Tron Foundation, but in the price of general cryptocurrency market as well. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding artificial intelligence and the music industry. And hundreds of musicians and songwriters have joined an open letter from the Artist Right Alliance, and they are urging to halt what they see as devaluation of artists' work in the music industry due to artificial intelligence. And many of the artists, guys, have joined the Artist Right Alliance movement to household names across generations like Billie Eilish, Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj, even Pearl Jam, guys, John Bon Jovi, the Jonas Brothers, and quite a lot of other guys. Now, what the group is saying is that they want to stop irresponsible AI uses that sabotages creativity and undermine artists, songwriters, musicians, and rights holders. Now, look, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is look at some of the artificial intelligence app, and to be honest, guys, some of these are really scary. Now, listen, guys, I do tend to play drums as a hobby, and there is an app called Suno.ai. What I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the app, create a free account, and what you can essentially do is you can essentially type what kind of music you want to create. And to be honest, guys, I was completely blown away with the outcome. Now, listen, guys, the music that I listen to and I play drums is an extreme form of art that is brutal death metal, and I thought no way artificial intelligence could actually create that. So what I did, guys, I just typed, "Can you create a brutal death metal music?" And I was completely blown away, guys, with the technical elements that were involved. And what is even crazier, guys, it took less than a minute to go ahead and create that music. And apart from creating the music, it also went ahead and wrote down lyrics as well. So go to suno.ai and check it yourself. And look guys, artificial intelligence is definitely here. And what makes it scary guys, that we are on the earlier stages of artificial intelligence and music. I can't imagine what this app will do, let's say 2 or 3 years down the line. I wouldn't be surprised guys, to be completely honest. This might just be the end of the music industry, but let's hope that thing does not happen. So those were the news guys on the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news guys is definitely a positive one, and that is regarding Deribit. And they have actually received conditional virtual asset service provider license. So let me go ahead and share more bits and pieces of information regarding this news. And Deribit FZE, that is Free Zone Establishment, the Dubai entity of Deribit Group, has received conditional virtual asset service provider license from Dubai's WARA, and they've got the license of virtual asset exchange services. And this license covers both spot and derivative trading, but it's important to know that it remains non-operational until all conditions and localization requirements as defined by WARA are met. And Deribit has already relocated global headquarters to Dubai, and they've appointed a new CEO along with 2 non-executive directors. And Deribit are currently working closely with WARA to finalize formal steps for the official launch of exchange in Dubai. And this news guys is definitely positive news, isn't it? Because they will serve institutional and qualified investors once operational, and retail clients based to be served from broker affiliate in Panama, which is a member of Deribit Free Zone Establishment as well. Terms and timing to start new operations under the new licensed entity will be shared soon. Now the new CEO guys did actually join Deribit in 2019 as Chief Commercial Officer with almost 20 years of experience in the industry. And his name is Luke Storage, and the CEO guys aims to drive innovation and lead in the evolving cryptocurrency marketplace. And Dennis guys, a former CEO of Flow Traders, and Vellum, both are industry veterans, and they have been appointed as non-executive director. And the role of the non-executive director guys is to advise on long-term growth strategy and ensure Deribit's position as a market leader. And the co-founder of Deribit, that is John Hansen, has definitely expressed the significance of virtual asset service provider license and appointment, and he has highlighted commitment to providing secure, transparent and innovative platform. And Deribit guys is positioned as a centralized, institutional-grade crypto derivative exchange for options and futures, and Deribit's infrastructure offers instantaneous price discovery, low latency trading, advanced risk management services and deep liquidity. And Deribit has been consistently acknowledged as a leader in the space, securing ISO 27001 certificate, and also being named as the best exchange for innovation by Hedgeweek. And WARA, as we know, which is Dubai's virtual asset service provider license, they were established little over 2 years ago, and they were established to regulate, supervise and oversee virtual assets and virtual asset activities in Dubai. And WARA's aim is to establish advanced legal framework, protect investors and support vision for a borderless economy. So look guys, this news is definitely positive news, not just for Dubai, but for the entire MENA region and for the entire cryptocurrency space as well. And there is another positive news guys, and that is regarding BitGet and on-ramp money. And they have partnered with on-ramp money for seamless dirhams to crypto transactions, and the integration allows BitGet users to buy and sell crypto using various local cryptocurrencies. And BitGet has partnered with on-ramp money for seamless dirhams and Nigerian naira to crypto transactions, and the integration allows BitGet users to buy and sell crypto using various local currencies, and the collaboration enhances user experience, enabling seamless conversion between fiat and crypto. Now users can buy crypto with Nigerian naira, even dirhams through bank transfers, and with VND via QR codes as well. And the range of options ensures easy and reliable methods to convert crypto to fiat and vice versa. And BitGet has introduced zero fee offer for all cryptocurrencies within the integration. Now look this is definitely positive news. And the offer complements BitGet's existing zero fee offer for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And zero fee offer encourages more users to explore cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Because they help break down any entry barriers. And Gracie Chen, the managing director of BitGet, has emphasized the mission to drive mass adoption of crypto. And BitGet is focusing on smoothing out the conversion process between crypto and fiat. And in March, if I'm not mistaken, BitGet Wallet Asia integrated with Onator, which is a leading fiat on and off ramp solution, and the integration provided convenient gateway for users to go ahead and purchase cryptocurrencies using local fiat currencies. Now, so far as BitGet is concerned, they were established in 2018, and currently they are serving over 25 million users, and they are currently established in over 100 countries and regions. So definitely a positive news. And look BitGet Exchange is committed to helping users trade smarter with pioneering copy trading features as well. And BitGet Wallet offers comprehensive Web3 solutions including wallet functionality, even swap features, NFT marketplaces, and decentralized app browser as well. And BitGet, guys, they have collaborated with credible partners like Lionel Messi and esports event organizers or PGL. And BitGet, guys, inspires individuals to embrace crypto through strategic partnership and innovative features. And they aim to facilitate global financial revolution by making crypto trading accessible and inclusive. So definitely positive news. So those were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Steve who asks, do you have any tips on how to create a meme coin? The thing regarding meme coin is, Steve, it is all about the community. So let's say if you have any experience building a community, I would definitely recommend building a strong database, let's say of Twitter, and you need to be really authentic and genuine. That is one area where meme coin can definitely make a huge difference. Let's say if you have a Telegram community as well. Now regarding Telegram community, I hate saying this, at least 9 out of 10 are completely scams and they just want to go ahead and shell the projects, isn't it? But regarding meme coins, what I'd really recommend you to do is think of something really unique. Now we talked about Joe Biden's meme. There was also a Trump meme coin, but you have some really crazy meme coins as well. So the idea needs to be completely unique. There needs to be some element of fun in it as well in order to get more people adopted into it. But the biggest thing is having a really strong community. Now look, Steve, lately South Korea has been creating quite a lot of unique meme coin. We talked about Dog with that meme coin, which was on Solana blockchain. That did create quite a lot of frenzy, isn't it? Now what I can think of is, let's say if there is K-pop, if you can go ahead and create some meme that is connected to K-pop, if it has some strong utility, that is definitely one niche area. Other than that, regarding meme coin, it's all about the community, to be honest. And you need to be active, and more importantly, you need to be genuine. Let's say if the meme coin goes and supports some really good initiatives, let's say by helping sports people, or by helping, let's say, some genuine cause, that'll definitely get a lot of mainstream adoption as well. Those are my honest thoughts. But look, so far as meme coin is concerned, it all completely depends on the community. So the bigger the community, the stronger the community, and the willingness to go out and act, and the willingness to go out and be really active in social media, let's say on Twitter, on Telegram, or even Instagram, that will actually drive the whole success of meme coin. But with greater rewards, there is high risk as well. So you also need to factor into consideration as to which cryptocurrency exchange will go out and onboard your meme coin. Because look, lately Coinbase, even Binance, they have definitely been focusing on meme coin, isn't it? And lately what I'm noticing is a lot of the foundation that is behind these blockchain protocols and projects, they are the ones who are going ahead and acquiring a lot of meme coin. Now from a legal point of view, I really am not sure if that is the right thing to do. Because look, if let's say a foundation goes and buys a lot of meme coin, they're technically going ahead and buying their own project. And because of that, the meme coin is increasing. And somewhere down the line, a lot of the investors and regular people might end up losing money. Those are my honest thoughts. I personally don't like the idea of a foundation, or let's say any entity backing the entire cryptocurrency blockchain or protocol, going ahead and buying a lot of these meme coins, because that is what is driving the price of the meme coin, to be honest. I personally don't like the idea. But to answer your question, it's all about community, Steve, to be honest, and maybe trying to think of something really unique. Now, with the US election coming up, I'm pretty much sure that will definitely be a lot of mainstream coverage regarding this. And somehow, someway, if you can create a meme coin, and if that meme coin does somehow, someway take center of attraction during the US election, that would be an absolute game changer, to be honest, in my opinion. So those are my suggestions regarding meme coin. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And remember guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 am to 8:30 am, we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and metaverse. And how this series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening guys and have a nice one. Bye bye.